Good morning, students. The next topic which we are going to study today is classification of quadrilaterals. In this chapter we are studying understanding quadrilaterals. So in the previous exercise we have done the topic exterior angle property of a quadrilateral. Now before starting the next exercise you should know the types of quadrilaterals. See, I have drawn here a flowchart in which quadrilaters are classified basically as parallelogram, trapezium and kite. We will study more about parallelogram in this class, and trapezium and kite also I will tell you the important points of these quadrilaterals. Then parallelogram are classified as rectangle and rhombus and further as square. So this flowchart is very important. You should draw this flowchart in your notebook. Then trapezium. Trapezium is also one more type of trapezium we have, that is isosceles trapezium. Now one by one I will take these quadrilaterals and we will write the properties of the quadrilaterals and learn about them. The first quadrilateral which I have taken is parallelogram. See here the figure I have drawn A, B, C, D. What are the properties of parallelogram? First point is opposite sides are parallel and equal. Opposite sides, you know, opposite sides AB and CD, they are opposite, and AD and BC are opposite. Opposite sides are parallel. So for parallel we put this sign. These two sides are parallel and here these two sides are parallel, and opposite sides are equal also. So you can mark this equal sign. These are equal. Second point is opposite angles are equal. That is, this angle D will be equal to angle B and angle A will be equal to angle C. Third point is diagonals. If I draw the diagonal, if you draw in your notebook, you will see the diagonals are not equal. One is longer and one is shorter. So the third point is diagonals are unequal. Then the diagonals bisect each other. See, this is the point of intersection of diagonals. I am naming it as point O. They bisect each other, means they divide each other in equal halves. So I will denote this as, means this OD is equal to BO. You can write here diagonals bisect each other, that is OD equals to OB and OA equals to OC. OA equals to OC. Next point is the diagonal divide the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. See this diagonal AC. This triangle ADC and triangle ABC will be congruent. You have done congruency in class 7. You can prove it also. See, this side AC is common in both the triangles. Then this side CD is equal to this side AB and this side AD is equal to this side BC. So by triple S congruency rule, these two triangles are congruent, that is ADC and ABC. So diagonal divide the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So when we study about parallelogram, it is a special type of quadrilateral with all these properties. Remembering these properties, we will do the questions. The next type of quadrilateral is trapezium. Now what is a trapezium? A quadrilateral having one pair of parallel sides. Only one pair. In parallelogram, both the pairs were parallel. Here only one pair. So in this figure, ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. So I put the sign of parallel. And these sides AD and BC are non-parallel. AD and BC are non-parallel. Now if the non-parallel sides are equal, then the trapezium is called an isosceles trapezium. See here you can see the non-parallel sides, they are not equal. Only the condition should be one pair of opposite sides should be parallel, and these parallel sides are not equal here. Similarly here, if I have drawn this trapezium, this I am saying it's an isosceles trapezium. As it is trapezium, so PQ is parallel to SR, and because it is isosceles, the non-parallel side, that is PS and QR, they are equal. Here PQRS is an isosceles trapezium in which PQ is parallel to SR and non-parallel sides PS equals to QR. Now you see this trapezium. Here if I draw the diagonals, you can see the diagonals are unequal. So one more point you can write for trapezium, that the diagonals are unequal in trapezium. But what about this case? If I draw the diagonal here, this is one diagonal This is another diagonal. Here the diagonals will be equal. So in isosceles trapezium, the diagonals are equal. Now the next kind of quadrilateral is very interesting, kite. You might have heard of this kite, and you might be doing kite flying also. You have seen the shape of the kite. So the actual shape of the kite is like this. If you see this, I have drawn here a kite PQRS. Now here in this, what is the property? The adjacent, consecutive adjacent sides, that is this PQ and this PS will be equal, and this QR and this SR will be equal. So the quadrilateral with exactly two distinct means different. Consecutive pairs means adjacent pairs. A quadrilateral with exactly two different adjacent pairs of sides of equal length is called a kite. Now here in this figure, PQRS is a kite in which PQ is equal to PS and QR equals to RS. Then the next point is the diagonal PR. This diagonal PR, this will bisect the kite into two equal, this will bisect means this will divide the kite into two congruent triangles. If I take triangle PQR and triangle PSR, you can see side PQ is equal to side PS, QR equals to SR, and this side PR is common. So by triple S, these two triangles are congruent, but not these two. QS is not dividing it into two congruent triangles, but PR. So I have written the diagonal PR of the kite divides it into two congruent triangles. The next point is the diagonals are unequal. Clearly you can see one diagonal is longer, another is shorter. So the diagonals are unequal. Next point is one diagonal bisects the other. Now if you see one diagonal bisects the other, which one is bisecting which one? The shorter diagonal bisects the longer diagonal. The longer diagonal bisects the shorter diagonal, means this PR is bisecting QS. So this OQ will be equal to OS. The longer diagonal is bisecting the shorter diagonal, and they will bisect at what angle? At 90 degree. This is the property of a kite. So these are the few properties of kite by which we can distinguish between the quadrilaterals, whether it is a parallelogram, whether it is a trapezium, whether it is a kite. So these all properties are important, you have to learn them. Now we have done three major classifications of quadrilateral as parallelogram, trapezium and kite. Trapezium we have studied also isosceles trapezium. Now parallelograms are further classified into rectangle and rhombus. So let us start one by one. First, as you already know, you might be aware of rectangle. What is rectangle? What a rectangle is. From class 5 we are studying this rectangle. So let us just recall those properties of a rectangle. A rectangle is a special type of parallelogram in which each angle is 90 degree. Here I have drawn a rectangle ABCD. Each angle is 90 degree. So rectangles satisfy all the properties of a parallelogram. See, it is a type of parallelogram. So all the properties of parallelogram it need to satisfy. So it is a special type of parallelogram in which each angle is 90 degree and opposite sides are equal and parallel. Then I have written this only here. ABCD is a rectangle in which AB is equal to CD and side AD equals to BC. Angle A equals to angle B equals to angle C equals to angle D equals to 90 degree. Then the diagonals are equal and the diagonals bisect each other. Next is rhombus. Rhombus is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are parallel. These opposite sides are parallel. Then all sides are equal. All sides are equal. Diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. Diagonals, they are perpendicular bisector of each other. It's not necessary that the diagonals are equal in rhombus. In rhombus, the diagonals may be equal, may not be equal. Then it will become a special case of a rhombus. In general, if we say in rhombus, the diagonals are not equal, but the diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. Here you can see, I have drawn a rhombus PQRS. You can draw the rhombus like this also, in which all sides are equal. Then diagonals are perpendicular to each other and they bisect each other. This will be equal to this and this will be equal to this. So this is of rhombus. Another type of parallelogram is square. A square is a quadrilateral, or you can say a square is a parallelogram in which each angle is 90 degree. See, here I have drawn a square. Angle P equals to angle Q equals to angle R equals to angle S equals to 90 degree. Then all sides are equal. Here all sides are equal. Then diagonals are also equal. So this is the one diagonal, that is PR. This is another diagonal QS. They are equal. They are intersecting each other, say at point O. So the diagonals bisect each other and diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So you can see here all the properties of parallelogram has come in square, all the properties of rectangle has come, all the properties of rhombus has come. So we can say that a square is a special type of rhombus with each angle 90 degree. A square is a special type of rectangle in which all sides are equal. So with the help of the flow chart, it will be easy for you to keep in mind the classification of quadrilaterals. Then one by one we have done the properties of the quadrilaterals, which have made more clear about how these quadrilaterals can be differentiated from each other. Now after doing the properties of these quadrilaterals, let us discuss the examples. Example number 3 is find the perimeter of parallelogram PQRS. In the book you can see this parallelogram is drawn in which side PQ is 12 cm, QR is 7 cm. Now in parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So this PQ is 12, so SR will also be 12. This is 7, so this will also be 7. So how to find the perimeter? Sum of all the sides. So perimeter equal to sum of all sides. Add them. 12 plus 7 plus 12 plus 7. 12 plus 12, 24. 7 plus 7, 14. 24 plus 14 equal to 38 centimeter. Now using these properties of parallelogram, we can solve the questions. Moving to example number 4. In the figure, BEST is a parallelogram. Find the value of x, y and z. You can see this question in the book example. X, y and z are marked. See, one angle is given, angle B as 100 degree. In parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So this x will also be 100 degree. So you will write x equals to 100 degree. Then you have to give reason in the bracket why it is 100 degree. Since opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So you get the value of x, means this you got as 100 degree. Now coming to z and y. If you see, these two are parallel lines, this line BT and this line SE, and this angle are alternate angles. If you remember last year we have done. So this angle is 100 degree, so y will also be 100 degree. So we will write y equals to 100 degree, and in the bracket you will write alternate interior angles. Now y is 100 degree, this z, y plus z, they together make linear pair, that is 180 degree. So you will write here linear pair. Therefore z equals to 180 minus angle y, that is 180 minus 100 equals to 80 degree. So this way all three angles we have found, angle x, angle y, angle z, using the properties of parallelogram. One very important property of a parallelogram is that in a parallelogram the adjacent angles are supplementary. Here see, I have drawn a parallelogram RING. First of all, you should know which are supplementary, which are adjacent angles. See, like angle R and angle I, they are adjacent. Angle R and angle G are adjacent. So these adjacent angles, they add up to 180 degree. They are supplementary. This is another important property of parallelogram. Let us discuss example number 5. It is based on this only. In parallelogram ring, if measure of angle R is 70 degree, find all other angles. Now measure of angle R is 70 degree, so N will also be 70 degree, opposite angles of parallelogram. So given angle R is 70 degree, N is also 70 degree, then you will write the reason. Now since angle R and angle I are supplementary, these two are supplementary, means their sum is 180 degree. So angle I equals to 180 minus 70, that is 110. Now if this is 110, this opposite angle G will also be 110 because they are opposite angles of parallelogram. So the measure of angle R and N is 70 degree and measure of angle G and I is 110 degree.